Tell me about reuniting with your friend James Gunn after Super and when he says, "Hey, I'm doing this Marvel movie. I got something for you." I mean, what did you think?
I didn't know what to think. I'm like, cool, you know. I didn't know it was a Marvel movie. I think he told me he was writing something for me in a script, you know, and then it was all cloak and dagger for a while, and then I found out he's doing that and doing this, and then I was like, oh, very cool. And then we're a little disappointed because we both realized that the filming of the movie was going to happen right during the filming of The Walking Dead. So I was like, oh no, man, that's too bad. And so I decided, you know, he decided. Well, we asked me if I would take a smaller role, and I said, yeah, of course I'd. You know, of course I would. You know, 3/4 of the way through season 3, I'm told I'm going to be killed off. You know, and I'm like, what? Couldn't believe it. You know, it's like, are you kidding me? You're going to kill Merle Dixon off? Why would you do a thing like that? But they did, and that's you know, they had made that choice, and I'm like, I'm not going to fight them on it. So boom, you know, they do it. You know, but as soon as I find out, I hang up the one phone, and then I pick up the other phone. I'm Gunn. He just, hey man, what's up? What's up? And we start talking, and I say, listen, I got some bad news for you. I really can't do that little role, man. You know, I'm a big movie star now, big TV show, biggest in the world. Merle Dixon, people love and they hate Merle at the same time. It's a hit, and they think I'm cool. And he goes, man, don't worry. I understand you. He was so gracious. He was so gracious. And then I let him stew for a little bit longer, and then I just say, you know, but I will do that bigger role. And he said, what the hell are you talking about? And so I told him I was going to be killed off 2 times in one episode. My brother's going to kill me, stab me in the face, you know, whatever. And I get to do Yondu. He says, he got me back. He goes, he's jumping up and down, all happy and stuff. I'm happy. And he goes, oh, damn! Now I just got to convince Marvel. So even now it wasn't a real deal. So he had to go back and tell Marvel that, you know, guess what? You know, all this, and they jumped up and down too. You know, they were happy for him, and they liked my work, you know, in the past. So they thought I'd do a good job.
Were you familiar with this comic book, with these characters at all? Did you know this world in the Marvel universe?
I did a little. Really? I did a little bit when I was a younger guy, and other things too. And so I read comics, and I like looking at pictures and stuff. You know, so yeah, I knew a little bit. And then I went back and started looking at it more specifically, Yondu, and he's like, yeah, don't be reading too much of this, the original comic. It's going to be a little different, you know. And I'm like, oh, okay. I had already read just a whole slew of stuff, you know, and just, you know, reminded myself who this Yondu character was in the series. And so,
what did you pick up from the comic books that you were able to lay into your performance and as the character in this film?
Well, you know what? I kept bringing certain things in, and you know, it's very subtle stuff. Because Yondu had a lot of this whole fifth sense thing going, and you could sense a lot of stuff. And so I wanted to bring that in. I didn't know how to bring it in really, you know, just by looks and my attitude and stuff like that. And you know, and I think it shows in the end where I actually use my weapon of choice is my arrow, and I get to use it, and how the arrow, you know, where it goes, the aiming and the process of this arrow going where it needs to go indicates to me some kind of sense of I know where things are, you know. And so that was something that I brought in from the Yondu of yesteryear, and you know how it goes through the ship and all this stuff and does what it needs to do. It's perfect targeting and stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool, and that's in reality it's elongated. That scene is but really truly it happens like that in the blink of an eye.
Right.
You know, and then and just like people. That's what happens.
They just fall.
They just go.
Yeah.
You know, and it's all at the same time.
Yeah.
So for that to happen, it has to be faster than light. Sound. I mean, it's just like supersonic kind of speed going on there, and every target it's hit, you know, at once. Yeah. So it's quite a powerful weapon, you know.
Yeah.
And very, very cool. Very cool.
The film is different than any of the previous Marvel films, different than really any other comic book film I've ever seen. Could you talk about working with James Gunn as a director and maybe his vision for making it, you know, familiar to audiences in the superhero format, but still completely different than anything we've ever seen before?
Wow, you know, the filming of it that's his department, and I just have to say really good things about him nowadays. You know, he's like use words like genius,
right.
and how did he do this, and you know, because I'm just one little cog in the whole thing, in the whole mix, and my job is to do it as real as possible, and then allow him to like go in the editing room and make everything work, and adjusting things and putting things. It just so happens that it came out so good.
It did.
And it's like that cog just went chink chink, and it's like, man, and every character's like that, right? Just fits, and I like your first comment. This is like one of the best ones you've seen, and so. Yeah, I loved Winter Soldier, but man, this is but we're good here.
They up the ante every time Marvel does.
Yeah, we're good here, dude. Yeah. We're good. Guardians is just awesome.
With Yondu, you know, he kind of starts off a bit of the heavy, and then you see he goes from bad to good to maybe bad again to good again. I mean, did you like kind of playing all those different arcs of the character?
That's what I like to do anyway. I really enjoy having that whole, you know, walking that tightrope of these characters. There's this gray area, and then there's black and white, and it's like really, you don't know where he's coming from at first, you know, at all. When you think you know what he's going to do, he does something different. Does his opposite, you know, and it's just like, whoa, you know, and keeps the audience on their toes.
And he really is a father figure to people.
Indeed, he is. Indeed,
I mean, did you see it as, obviously he has ulterior motives, and he's a businessman, and there's some things going on, but he does care about Peter, right? He
totally cares about Peter. He's like he cared about him the first moment he saw him. You know, that's why he kept him. That's why he didn't take him and deliver him. There was something about this kid that, like, I think it's something that sort of reminds him of him. You know, maybe a kid that's gone through a lot of you know, bad stuff. He just lost his parents, you know. He just lost his mom. So, you know, and he's still able to stand up to alien creatures that want to eat him,
right.
You know. So he's tough kid. So I take him and mold him and turn him into something that I'm proud of, you know, someone that's able to, you know, fool me and steal from me and cheat and lie, you know, someone that can get along in this new world of his, you know.
Did you like working with Chris?
Oh, indeed.
He's good. He's funny.
Chris and I are great. I mean, I thought our relationship off camera is just as fun as it is on camera. So we had a good time.
Yeah. Obviously, Marvel sets up these things for continuations and more. Would you be open to Yondu returning and doing either in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 or some other Marvel format? Are you open?
Yeah, you have any ideas?
I've got
Yeah,
tons of ideas.
cool.
You can,
Right on.
You can
Let's
pitch
see.
the whole thing right now. How about a Yondu movie?
Yeah.
Yondu spinoff.
Yondu.